The cable 4 front stitch, it is done over 4 stitches on a back on a reverse stockinette. Reverse stockinette is simply the purl stitch. The 4 cable stitches switch place in the order they are worked to create the twist. You will need a cable needle to hold your stitches while you create the twist for the cable. You will also need 2 stitch markers to mark the stitches where the cable takes place. And the cable stitch takes place over 4 rows or 4 rounds. It will be on row or round 3 where you twist the stitches to create the cable. Row 1, back on a reverse stockinette on the stitches surrounding that cable. So I'm just going to purl to that point. On row 1, you're simply going to knit those 4 stitches. And continue with the reverse stockinette, which is the purl stitch. Row 2 is very similar. You're going to do reverse stockinette, the purl stitch, until you get to the cable stitches. You're going to knit the cable stitches and continue with the reverse stockinette. Cable stitches in knit stitch. Complete the rest in reverse stockinette. Row 3, work the background stitches in reverse stockinette, so purl, and this is the row where we switch the placing of those 4 stitches. So let's get to the cable stitch, to the cable peg. So you have 4 pegs where the cable takes place. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna leave the stitches on peg 1, peg 2 on those 2 pegs. You're going to knit the pegs 3 and 4. Once they are knitted, you are going to move them to a cable needle. Place the cable needle to the center of the knitting loom. Move this stitch from peg 2 to peg 4. Move this stitch from peg 1 to peg 3. Place the stitches that you have on your cable needle on the emptied pegs. The first one goes on peg 1, second one on peg 2. Knit peg 3 and peg 4. Your cable has taken place over those 4 pegs. Row 4 is done similar to row 2. So complete the reverse stockinette. Here we are at the cable stitches. Simply knit them. The reverse stockinette. Keep repeating those 4 rows until your item reaches the desired length. How many reverse stockinette stitches should we have next to the cable? Any amount, as long as it makes the cable stand out from the rest of the stitches surrounding it. I have placed 2, 3, 4. So it is something that you can make work with almost any peg count on a knitting loom. These samples have 2 stitches in between, and the sample that we're working on right now have about 5 stitches.